सतगुरु साचा सूरमा, नख सिख मारा पर, बाहर घाव नदी सई, भीतर चकनाचूर कबीरा, भीतर चकनाचूर। सतगुरु साचा सूरमा, नख सिख मारा पर, बाहर घाव नदी सई, भीतर चकनाचूर कबीरा, भीतर चकनाचूर। Here he is trying to create an image of who a true guru is. He says, Guru is a truly learned person, one who punishes you outside you're unscathed, but destroys you internally. Bahar घाव नदी सई, भीतर चकनाचूर। Outside you, nothing happens to you, but what he has done, he has destroyed you internally. He destroys it internally. What is the message here? What is the message here? Ashama, what's the message here, ma? आपको क्या सूझ रहा है? क्या समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
I'm reminded of a Urdu couplet.
I knew. बोलिए.
कोई इंसान किसी इंसान को क्या देता है? आदमी फक्त बहाना है, खुदा देता है। वो अगर जहर भी दे तो करूं शुक्र अदा, कोई अपना समझ के ही सजा देता है। उसने मुझे अपना समझा, इसलिए सजा दी उसने मुझे। तो गुरु ने कोई इंसान किसी इंसान को क्या देता है? आदमी फकत बहाना है, खुदा देता है। We are only an instrument. वो मतलब खुदा को कह रहा है, वो अगर जहर भी दे तो करूं शुक्र अदा, कोई अपना समझ के ही तो सजा देता है। गुरु ने मुझे अपना समझा, इसीलिए मुझे सजा दी। तो इसलिए अगर मुझे सजा मिली भी है तो भी मैं उसका शुक्र अदा करूंगा। I'll thank the Guru for having punished me, because the Guru thought that that he has the right to punish me.
So true. Yeah, and I know I always get so touched by her messages. Other day she sent a message with her greetings, the usual greetings she sends, but there's always a beautiful ingrained message in that. You should only read, ma. You wrote the other day, no? आज फिर मैंने जिंदगी की किताब खोली. आज फिर मैंने जिंदगी की किताब खोली, देखा तो हर पन्ना तेरी रहमतों से भरा था. देखा था तो हर पन्ना तेरी रहमतों से भरा था. And the meaning of it, she writes the meaning also, because she knows the Guru is a little literate. So she translated in English and sends. Today again I opened the book of my life and I found every page was filled with your blessings. How not to be touched by that message, you tell me? Yeah? And this is the kind of lovely couplets of Urdu, and she sends these kind of lovely messages. Keep doing so, Ashama. Please keep doing so. So, yes, Hari ji, boliye.
Guruji, I understood from that couplet, when the Guru punishes and destroys internally, I understood that as that he destroys the negativity of mind internally and produce the positivity. That is the punishment that I have got from the Guru.
That's the punishment.
Yeah.
What's the punishment?
That he destroys the negativity inside, internally, and brings out my positivity. Punishment in the sense that is a figurative meaning. It's not that he is going to harm me, or the Guru can never harm me. The Guru will never, whatever may be my mistake, the Guru can never ever punish me negatively, which will bring harm. So any punishment that my Guru will give me is only for the benefit of me.
Correct. So that's the true meaning of a Guru is, as you know, Guru means the dispeller of your darkness. So he dispels your ignorance. So everything that a Guru does is for your betterment. But sadly, we do not understand the role of a Guru. In fact, there are classic cases where Gurus have been misunderstood what they have done. You remember, Rajima, can you recall the instances in history where great Gurus have been misunderstood? Does it strike a chord?
Yes, Guruji, but I'm not able to immediately recollect. It was one of the great students was worshipping an idol, and the Guru came and destroyed the idol itself.
It was the great Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when his Guru Totapuri came and broke the idol in the puja room when his student, the great Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, was meditating, was in prayer. His Guru came and broke the idol. Unprecedented act he did. Can you imagine that? You are in your puja room and your Guru comes and throws the idol out of the puja room, takes it on, chucks it out. What's going on? The other example was, any other example you can think of? Vasantama, think of the famous episode we talk about a Guru being, in fact, people that actually tarnished his image. I can think of two examples.
I'm not able to recollect. Only the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's thing only was in my mind.
Okay. The other example is of Dronacharya. Dronacharya, he did not give the knowledge of archery to Ekalavya first. He dismissed him. But as a true student, Ekalavya goes and learns archery from the statue of the Guru, and he comes back as a true student to offer his adakshanam, the Guru Dakshanam. He comes and offers and he says, please, I want to offer because I learned from you. And what does the Guru say? Okay, cut your thumb and give. What sort of extreme act a Guru can do? So it was totally misunderstood. The only difference is in the context, Kabirji says, outside you're unscathed, internally disturbed. There, outside also scathed. He cut his thumb only there. So that's the only difference there. But apart from that, you find a Guru is misunderstood. So we should never, ever try and judge a guru. We don't understand why and what they do, but whatever they're doing is to bring about a transformation in us. That's the only bottom line we must understand. It's done for your betterment. So there's a limitation in our ability to understand their act, because obviously they're operating from a higher perspective. So a guru is not meant to butter you and feed your ego. Don't expect that from a guru. That's why he says, that's why I coined the doha as a true guru. A false guru will butter you because he wants something from you. Oh, my shishyas are feeding me well, therefore I must butter them and say, I like this, I like that. They will offer me idli with the white butter on top of it. I don't want any butter. Thank you, Rajima. Hariji. So I don't want it. Kya kare? I have to speak the truth. In fact, I was very upright to Rajima and Hariji. Was it not yesterday, Ji? You know, every month I take the opportunity. They have been always very welcoming. Take the opportunity to be a part of that great service they are rendering of offering grains to over 300 odd people every month. That happens. And from the time, to my memory, I knew about it. Time permitting, I just go and do what little seva that can be done. You know, most of it is done. I just go and tick and things. And I was telling them the only reason I come there is it's an opportunity for me to serve. That's all. Nothing else interests. Though they pamper me after the thing, prasad is not prasad. It is a meal for the whole week I'm pampered with. But it's very easy to lose your focus and go for the meal. But what to do, you know? So I was very clear. I said nothing else should interest any one of us is, but as Hariji said, what you would leave a mark is only that spirit of sacrifice and service. That's all we should do. You know? Nothing else should matter to us. So I may sound out of context for you all, but I was telling in a certain context to them. So they are able to connect, and I would not go beyond that to clarify. But a true guru is not meant to comfort you. A true guru is meant to bring about a growth in you, and growth comes only when you shed your tamas and your arrogance, quality of rajas and tamas. Rajas is arrogance and attachment and ego. Tamas is ignorance and sloth. So he is only going to whip you up so that you shed your tamas and rajas so that you become sattvic. And the Gayatri Ma, you're laughing. There's something behind that smile. I know there's a cheeky smile there, so I want to know what is the reason.
No, all social activities I try to withdraw, you know, you push me, come on.
I'm pushing you, correct. That also there's a reason there. No, what to do, Guruji? Guru also is being drawn into it. So I'm being drawn into it, I'm dragging you also into it.
Because there's some sort of a laziness. I don't want to go, I feel so.
It is not laziness. It is something given a choice. I wouldn't do that. I have a similar aptitude, which is I don't have an aptitude for that. Always I have been that. But when you have obligation, you have no choice but to uphold your obligation. You know, and that too you use it with discretion, where you can, where you can't, where you should, where you shouldn't. You use your intellectual discretion. But I can appreciate where you're coming from. No force, ma. Okay. Yeah, Hirenji.
Yeah, this Dronacharya and Ekalabya story.
Yes, sir.
However much I try, I do not see Dronacharya having any reasoning to torture Eklavya like that.
I also agree with you, sir. There's no reason for him to behave like that. He misbehaved with Eklavya.
So how do you say that? I mean, he is one of his gurus, yeah?
Yeah. So there is a, what Dronacharya as a guru of archery, he just not only taught archery, but he was a man of great wisdom. But to everybody else, including Karna, Arjuna was one of the primemost of his students, and many others, he taught great archery. So he gave that art of archery. But when Ekalavya came for that knowledge of archery, he could see the potential in Ekalavya, and he wanted to give him something far more beyond archery to Ekalavya. And in depriving Ekalavya with the knowledge of archery, what he has actually given by taking away the thumb, but when he's asked for the thumb, what he has asked is he has taken away the very ability to do archery.
Mhm.
So what the guru saw in Ekalavya was the archery was the only desire, the only thought that was there in Ekalavya. And as a true guru, like you do in a temple, the pujari removes the tuft in the coconut, while you remove the entire coir, but the tuft is removed by the pujari, isn't it?
Okay.
So the tuft is the last bit of the vasana that is removed. So in the process of not giving archery, he actually gave moksha to Ekalavya. So he taught archery to every other student and gave knowledge of archery. And by not teaching archery to Ekalavya, he gave him moksha, enlightenment. This is hardly understood. In fact, mostly misunderstood. So what Dronacharya gave Ekalavya was moksha. What his great Ramakrishna's guru gave to Ramakrishna was moksha by breaking the idol. So he broke the idol. So what he gave, thereafter Ramakrishna was actually attached to the idol. When you remove the idol, there's nothing else that's left. So man minus desire equals God. The last desire that was for Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna, was the attachment to the idol. And that's removed, the last obstacle removed. What you got was moksha. The last obstacle for Ekalavya was the thought of archery. He removed that thought of archery, gave him moksha. So you don't understand the ways and means how these wise men teach us.
Okay.
So what he
All right.
gave to Dronacharya was moksha, sir. He didn't deprive him of archery, he gave him moksha. And there is a mantra in the Gita, I think it's the 18th chapter, 66th verse. Correct, Hariji? 18th chapter. 66th verse, which says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. So a student sacrifices all his dharmas. It is the job of the guru to remove that sin and give you moksha. And that is what a true guru did. But Ekalavya didn't misunderstand, as Harishji is saying, a true student understands a true guru. Because a true student is one who has complete, not just faith, and completely surrendered. Surrender is an extension of faith. You may have faith in a guru, but have you surrendered to the guru? They are two totally different things. I know you have faith in me, sir, but I don't know whether you have surrendered to me. All of you have enormous faith, but I don't think any one of you have surrendered to me. Surrendered to means Sharanagati. Sharanagati means, you know what Sharanagati is, sir? Hirenji, do you know what Sharanagati is?
Well, that's is not the same word as surrender.
It is surrender. Yes, it is total surrender. Can
So
you,
it's
Sidhuji, can you
close to a
decode
blind
the
faith,
word?
kind of.
No. It's not blind faith. It is complete surrender.
Okay.
Total surrender is Sidhuji, what does the word Sharana Agati? What does the word? Can you split up and explain? Do you know it? Sharana, yes, sir, we can hear you.
Means namaskaram. Total namaskaram.
Total salutations, complete, total prostration, complete. So when you see at temples, when you bow down at somebody's feet, or when you're at a temple, your entire body is flat and your arms are above your head and you're doing namaskar, isn't it? That is total surrender, total, completely prostrating. You're at the feet of the person, means your entire personality, your body, your mind and intellect, your entire personality is surrendered to you. Means I am a mere instrument. You drive me. You tell me what to do. Whatever the Guru says, you will unquestionably do it. That's what Ekalavya did. He told, get out, he walked out. He learned, he came back, he told, cut the finger, he cut the finger and gave. Don't worry, I will not tell you to do anything like that. But I don't know if any one of you have surrendered, but I know you have enormous faith, but I don't think anyone has surrendered. Surrender is almost tantamounting to blindness. It's like if I'm blindfolded, I'm trying to cross the road, heavy traffic, you can see so much of traffic and noise around, and somebody holds your hand and wants to take you across the road. Would you not follow him?
Yes.
I have infallible faith. I don't know who that person is. I am blind. I want to cross. Somebody holds your hand gently and draws you along with him. You just go along with him. I don't know whether you can call that blind faith. Srinaji, can you call that blind faith? I don't think we can call that blind faith, isn't it?
It's a total faith. Yeah.
Total faith. Yes, Srinaji?
No, I agree. Total faith. Yeah, you trust. Actually, it's more trusting.
Trusting. An unknown person, trusting and complete faith and surrender. There's no reason why you think he would do any harm to you, and yet he's an unknown person. I think it's a classic example to tell of what surrender is. Complete. I am blindfolded. So it's not blind faith, but it's complete trust. That kind of thing. Once thereafter, whatever Guru tells you, you do it blind, almost without question. But the problem is, in the Mahabharata, there's a reference of describing two princes approach Lord Krishna. One was Duryodhana, another was Arjuna. Who is describing? Rajima?
Is it Sanjaya, Guruji?
It is Sanjaya, because the whole Gita is narration by Sanjaya for the conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. So when Sanjaya is describing to Dhritarashtra, the blind king, he's describing when these two people approached Lord Krishna. One was his son, another was Arjuna. So when he describes Arjuna, he has a certain use of a certain language he uses, which portrays the humility of Arjuna. But when he describes Duryodhana, he just says King Duryodhana approached Lord Krishna. That's all. And what do you gather from that, Sriniji? When he said King Duryodhana approached, both were princes, both were royalty. But he qualifies Duryodhana as King Duryodhana approached Lord Krishna.
Arrogant.
Uh,
And Arjuna is surrendered.
Also, there was I thought in the Gita, if I'm not mistaken, Duryodhana sits in a way where Krishna is lying down so he could see him in his face, whereas Krishna was at his feet.
No,
I'm sorry, Arjuna was at the feet.
Arjuna's feet.
Isn't that also in the chapter 1?
Yeah.
There was another
yes,
indication of
his arrogance and
arrogance.
ego. So you cannot afford to take your ego to a guru. You take the ego, he would crush you. The job of a guru is to crush your ego. And you come with an ego, what the guru does? Reddy Garu, what do you think a guru will do if you come with an ego?
He will simply crush Guruji.
Sorry, sir. If you bring your ego to a guru, guru will do nothing with it. He will say, keep your ego with you.
That's true, Guruji. The whole purpose of coming to the Guru is to get rid of all.
But if you come like King Duryodhana approaches Krishna, would the guru do anything?
Can't do anything because you
He will not do anything because you have not surrendered. Arjuna surrendered, therefore Krishna became the Sarathi for him. Partha Sarathi he became. Once you surrender, the guru will give his life to you. When Draupadi surrendered to help, she was holding on to the last piece of robe on her. He gave mills and mills supplied to her because she surrendered. She was helpless. Krishna, help me. He helped. Surrender, you get help. The opposite of surrender is you bring your ego. He will nod his head to you and you are where you are. You will get no help. So remember, you want your ego to be crushed. You surrender to the guru and then the guru crushes you and gives you, takes you far beyond it. But if you bring your ego, come with an ego, nothing he'll do. And it's as Sriniviji said, the way you even sit in front of a guru, it tells a lot of the attitude. You know, when you call your servant, if he's putting his hands in his pocket and talking to you, what does it mean?
Yes.
You should not do that. This fellow has got some attitude. You got to, first present yourself properly. It's not what work you do. You don't have kind of, there's how you carry yourself also has a lot to say about your attitude, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So there's subtle philosophy in the mere description of how it describes King Duryodhana. It conveys a lot more things. Yeah, Hariji, something to say? Hirinji, are you okay?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
Right, sir. Right.
You asked for the split up of Sharanagati.
Yes.
That is Sharana plus Agati. Agati means helpless. When Kuchela went to Lord Krishna, he went that Agati. You see, he was, he didn't, you explained it, that there is no ego, that I cannot do anything for myself. I am helpless. So I come and touch your feet. Sashtanga Namaskaram. That is Sharanagati. So there is not even a trace of ego, that I still have 1% chance that I can fight my case and get through it. No, it is zero. That is Sharanagati. Total, I cannot do anything. Only you can do it.
state of complete helplessness.
Complete. Yeah.
And that helplessness comes when you have no ego at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, I can do things. To that extent, there is no
Not even
help
one.
coming.
Yeah.
Iota.
There is zero.
Zero. So having an ego is shutting your door closed. There's no entry for the Guru.
Yeah.
Entry for the Guru is completely no ego, Sharanagati. Then you Allah. Then it's like, sometimes when you're doing some computer work and you don't know how to get around it, and you connect with a professional, they will have a remote control of your system. What do you call that, Sriniji? They will. Gayatri, what do you call that? Maybe you know that. Auto control. They will control sitting from a remote place. They'll control you.
Now there is not any desk or earlier.
Remote login, Guruji.
Remote login. There are some platforms where they'll log in to a system and they are actually accessing your system from there. Then they said, you don't do anything. No, I have control over your system. It's like an autopilot, remote access. They control it. That happens when you are helpless and surrender. That's when a Guru comes in. So Guru should not be an ornamental role in your life. Don't keep it an ornamental role. It's like a president of a country. President of India's ornamental role he's playing. He has no say in anything how the government decides, isn't it? Don't make the Guru a president of India in your life. What should he be? Then we'll decide next class, whether he become the prime minister or whether he become the, that we'll decide what role to give to the Guru. Harishi, we'll have a committee meeting on that. What role to give? Okay, ji. Core committee meeting. Core, the real core will decide. Okay. Setuji, you want to comment something, sir?
Yes, Guruji, I wanted to share this Guru Shishya in the life of Swami Ramana Maharishi. He had a tender called Annamalai Swami, who was very evolving. He's in the final stages, but he was quite attached to the Guru. So he told Annamalai Swami to abandon the ashram and he should not see him at all. And he ordered, you just get away from here. And he misunderstood. He made arrangements for him to stay somewhere, and he was continuing. He just followed his instructions, and he was in. Then Ramana Maharishi himself used to go and see him, just give darshan once a week, because he was attached. He was not getting enlightened. He was in the final stages. Now, later he reduced that also, and he got enlightened. And later Annamalai has confessed all this. He initially misunderstood why my Guru is just because he was with him all the time. He wanted to do service to him, see him, and again getting attached. This has been very
well.
Yeah.
Very profoundly captured. And so this is what Hirenji, this is another example of what a Guru did was misunderstood by the student, but it was only done to give him moksha. And here was a student who's dying to serve the Guru. Guru says, pack your bags and get out. Get out. I don't want you to see your face. Huh? What? I want to give my life to my Guru, and Guru says, get out. Nah. Don't try to judge a Guru. Okay. There might be a mysterious reason why they do it. Okay. Now, before we conclude, we have just another doha left in what was initially offered, the Kabir dohas. I was getting a few requests to add a few more compilation of dohas into this initial compilation. If there is an interest to continue exploring a few more dohas which bring out a different flavor of the same philosophy, that effort could be put in, and we will add to this initial collection of 29. Otherwise, I don't have any specific text in mind, because we wanted to do eternal wisdom dialogues after we finished Bhajagovindam. So we could either embark thereafter. I'll have to give it a thought what we do to embark on the further studies. So if I have, how many people think that we could have addition to these additional dohas coming our way? How many people are in favor of that? Can I have a raise of hand? Okay. Okay, so Hirenji is not so keen with Doha, I think. Oh, you raised hand. Okay, sir.
Yeah, I was wondering how many dohas you are talking about.
I also don't know, sir. You please suggest how many we should, sir.
Well, as you carry on, I'll carry on. That's the thing. So I didn't want to say yes or no.
Okay, okay. It is whatever be the text, the journey would certainly continue. In what could be the source of it is what is being deliberated, you know. So I appreciate that. So I'll try to bring out that additional few other flavors. They're very interesting because there's a huge compilation. This was initial effort. I think Ashama actually is suggesting that she also wants to add. Actually, I would possible I would connect with Ashama and get her inputs as well, and then we could extend, and that will continue also. Okay, right.
There's one doha I would like to recite.
Yeah.
Now,
maybe next time.
no, you can recite now also. Never too late.
Govind Guru do khade, काके लागे लाग पाँव पाँव बलिहारी गुरु आपने
Okay.
गोविंद दियो
Guru.
दिखाए.
Yes, it's a very famous one as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Kabir ke
That
doe.
is-
Yes.
When I think everybody's understood, गोविंद is और गुरु दोनों खड़े मेरे सामने हैं. तो किसके पांव मैं पहले पढ़ूं? मैं पहले गुरु के पांव छूंगी क्योंकि गुरु ने मुझे गोविंद का रास्ता दिखाया.
Yes. Yes. So nice. So nice. Yes. We shall add lovely such few more doas and make it more wholesome study. Okay. We'll come back. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.